Happy Friday morning to you, fellas. How are you doing on this great Friday morning? Appreciate you guys hanging out with Winning Bets, kicking off your day where we get to talk our sports and talk our sports betting as well. That's right, time to settle on in, grab that breakfast, and let's have ourselves a good little time. We'll roll out the weekend slate of bets for money-making weekend. You can't make any money this weekend if you don't have any action, and we'll give you guys some action over the course of the weekend. We got a quick programming note to go ahead and share with you guys, as a lot of you have kids and everything, and you know the kids are out of school on Monday. My kids are no different. They're out of school on Monday. We don't have a babysitter. We're trying to find a babysitter, but if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to find a babysitter. So Monday's show, it's got about a 5% chance of happening. We'll see if some in-laws or something maybe can't come through for us and help out, but it's not looking good. So won't be with you guys on Monday. So we'll be talking on Tuesday's show about all this money that we made on Money Making Weekend. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. If you have a long 3-day weekend, I hope you're able to enjoy it with your family and friends. All right, let's jump on into it. We'll also have a special guest on today's show. Maybe you can guess who it is down in the comment section. They are a friend of the program. You guys see him very often, so you can probably figure out who it on is. But let's go ahead and jump on into the recap. That's how we start off every single show. And then again, we'll dive on into the action. Did not get to go ahead and ring that cash register, unfortunately, this morning, as we were tripped up right there in the Europa League. Our over 1.5 goals parlay had 3 legs into it. Yeah, have you ever heard of a parlay losing on one leg before? That's what happened right there. We lost the parlay on one leg. The leg that we did lose, we needed, of course, 2 goals in that game, and it was a 0-0 finish. We had an opportunity to be on the hook in the 70th minute. Lens scores a goal, and definitely not our good friend VAR, our enemy VAR took a goal away. Man, if that goal would have stuck, because it was Lens that scored the goal, if you followed the stats and were following the game a little bit, Freiburg on the road was all over Lens. They had the far superior chances. Their XG numbers were way better. So when you get the Lens goal, you're like, all right, cool. Now they're maybe, play a little defensive, give Freiburg even more of the ball than what they've had previously. And maybe then Freiburg, can get an equalizer, but we never got that opportunity because our enemy, VAR, took that goal away, and then that game finishes 0-0. So we get tripped up right there. We did go get a cash, though, at plus 110 with that Feyenoord and Roma, both teams to score. And that one made me feel a little bit good because I almost gave out the both teams to score in over 2.5. Really thought that game was going to have a third goal in it, but something told me, I was more certain that there was going to be a both teams to score than there was going to be, the third goal. So that's why I decided to dial it back a little bit, just do the both teams to score, and then add on a Galatasaray goal to get us into that plus money. And obviously, they take care of business. That was a really good game. I had a good afternoon kind of watching these games. I was watching the Golazo there on Paramount. Red cards galore, kind of goals galore. It was just a fun afternoon. And that game in Istanbul, that was a really good one there between Galatasaray and Sparta Prague. And then we did our all Portugal moneyline parlay between Benfica and Braga. Benfica, in the end, they get the result that they certainly deserved, dominated the opposition in that game, but they got 2 penalties. So if you had Benfica moneyline, you know how VAR is these days. You feel a little bit fortunate to walk out of that one there with the moneyline hit. But Braga couldn't come through. They had the better XG numbers. They actually had the better XG numbers. They lose the game 4-2. Now, they didn't blow them away in the XG, but they were the better side. Sometimes you don't come away with the win even though you're the better side, and that's certainly what happened there yesterday with Braga. So, hey, we came back in the nightcap. How about one of our NBA parlays? How about a plus 510 cash? And that one felt really, really sweet that we didn't get suckered into just falling into the narrative of a team on the back of the back. Because remember yesterday we talked about first quarter, Grizzlies have the better numbers, but it's easy to kind of get dialed in, get lost up into the emotion of they're on the back-to-back. Bucks are going to come into this game fresh. They should jump out on them, right? They've just got more rest and what have you. But you stay true to yourself. You stay true to your research and follow the numbers. They had a much bigger advantage in the second quarter. What happened? They lose the first quarter, win the second quarter. So that one just felt really good. Brook Lopez had the game that I thought he was going to have. He goes over 5.5 rebounds. He also chips in with 10 or more points. And then Malik Beasley, he was the one that was like, all right, man, you're going to lose the parlay by one leg, and it's going to be Malik Beasley. You look at the box score, and at one point he was 1 for 7. And then I looked, he was 2 for 9. So I'm not quite sure how it gets to there. But then he's 2 for 9. You're just hoping that he can get another shot 30 seconds to go in the game, he buries a 3. So finishes game 3 for 10 and gives us a good plus 510 cash. So that one felt really good right there. So that was a good one right there. And then obviously our other parlay, you can see down at the bottom where we picked up that free bet. We lose that one on MGM. What was that like? He blew the Blazers out of the water. I mean, Gobert just, I'm assuming he didn't get his normal amount of minutes and his stats fall a little bit short. But yeah, that's how it goes. NBA blowouts, they will wreck a parlay about as fast as it gets in a blowout. So, fun day in terms of being entertained. Obviously not one where we don't like the results at all, but we had a good time and we got entertained. So hopefully your guys' bets went better than mine. Let's head to the comment section, see what everybody's up to on this great Friday morning. How's everybody doing as we head on into President's Day weekend? Let's find out, boys. Let's find out. Yeah, what's going on? We got a great family here, don't we, Brian? Just got a great family, great group of guys that come together, want to talk their sports, have a good time. I love it. Absolutely. Money making weekend, Brian. I'm here for it, brother. I'm here. Tyler, what's going on, man? Ooh, you got snow? You know, but my wife... Oh, man, can we pen that one? Can we pen that comment? Oh, man. Hopefully that's the last snowstorm you got. You know spring's coming 6 weeks early because the scientists agree with the groundhog. We're getting out of winter quick. That's a hell of a comment. Maybe the squirrel. What's up, Tim? What's going on, man? I bet he's got William coming in to talk racing. Yeah. The duels last night, boy, those were exciting shit last night. Absolutely exciting stuff. All right, boys, let's, I just can't get over that comment. That's absolutely funnier than shit. All right, looking at today's slate, obviously we're not betting basketball. Well, the hell, you can't even bet basketball, at least from a pro perspective, as they're on the NBA All-Star break. And then hockey, we're not been betting. So we're going to turn our attention today. And if you look at the landscape in soccer, are you really going to feel confident to put some units in play today? Like on today's soccer slate? I don't know if I can put units in play on today's soccer slate, but it's Friday. Live a little bit. Have some goddamn fun on this great Friday afternoon. And that's what I want to go ahead and do. So I went ahead and used that free bet that MGM was giving everybody during Super Bowl week. I never used mine. So I'm going to go ahead and use mine today on a day in which I want some action. I want to feel it. I want to feel that gambling in me, but I want to risk units. So I'll put a $25 free bet on this. Let's go ahead and talk our way through these matches here. The first one is in the Saudi Professional League. Sure, I'll butcher these team names. We've got Al Wada. They need to score 2 goals or more. Well, when they've been at home this season, they've had 10 home matches. They've scored 2 or more goals in 7 of the 10 matches. They're playing Al Tay. They've been on the road 10 times. They've conceded 2 goals or 2 or more, and 7 of those 10. So you get a 70% hit rate on each side, a home side and the away side. And then you want to look at head-to-head. Al Wada has scored 2 or more in 4 of the last 5 head-to-head. So I'll go ahead and drop that in the parlay that they can go ahead and get 2 or more goals this morning. That one kicks off at 11 a.m. PSV Eindhoven, they're in action today, and really a sweet thing that that league did to them with their Champions League game midweek, putting them on a Friday. You really love these domestic leagues that'll take care of their teams ahead of European competition. They get a nice spot here, taking on Hercules. They cashed in the reverse fixture. They were able to get 2 goals in the first half. Hell, they even got 6 goals in that entire game. You look at the last 4 head-to-heads, they've either cashed this or they've been on the hook in every single one. They are averaging 3 goals scored at home over the course of the season. I just like them coming out. You know you're going to get 1 goal. I hope that they can go ahead and get that 2nd goal in the first half as well. Inter Milan, it's a minus 700 leg. You've literally got first place up against 20th place. Obviously, the complete mismatch. Yes, they do have European football midweek, but another league that is taking care of one of their teams by putting them on this great Friday slate as opposed to over the weekend. So Inter Milan is being protected by the league. Expect them to come out, protect their 7-point gap, and really look to expand on that gap as Juve obviously, got tripped up on, what was that, Monday, I believe it was, or maybe it was Tuesday, whenever it was. So just like a minus 700, you don't really need to justify a minus 700 leg. Will there be a goal scored in the first half of Getafe games? Well, they've been on the road so far this season 12 times. 11 of the 12, there's been at least one goal in the first half. I don't obviously give a shit who scores that goal today in the first half. Just continue that 92% hit rate of there at least being one goal scored when Getafe is on the road. We'll hope that one continues today. And then the last one, this one's just kind of, I've never bet this market. Will the total number of goals be odd or even? But if I look at the head-to-head here, 8 of the last 10 head-to-heads have finished with an odd number. I don't know, it's Friday, live a little bit. 80% hit rate, that just means that these two teams aren't really even, right? You're not getting draws in this. You're getting one of the two teams being better 8 of the last 10 times to give me an odd number of goals finished. I'll just go ahead and do that one there in the English Championship. So you round that out, you get an 864 parlay to have a little sweat and have a little entertainment on this Friday afternoon. So that's how I'll roll. Hopefully add 2.16 units to the bankroll this afternoon. That's how we're rolling right there, boys, on today. Otherwise, yeah, if you got confident to bet today's soccer in terms of putting however much one of your units is, more power to you, but that's not something I can get in there. But I am interested in knowing what you're betting on this Friday afternoon, so let me know. Let me know what you're betting down in the comment section, what you have confidence in. Maybe I'll tail it. We've got some other free bets. We've, of course, got some arbitrage money as well, so let me know what you guys have got cooked up for a Friday afternoon to kick off your 3-day weekend, and let me know. I'll let you know how I'm betting this weekend, though. I'll throw those up here on the screen. We talked about Newcastle on the money line. Bournemouth's not going to be able to do the double on them. We also know how great Newcastle is at St. James's Park. 8 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses on the season at St. James's Park. They're getting healthy. I like Newcastle. We've talked about their uptick in form. You're going to ebb and flow throughout 38-game season. They've had their ebb, and now they're flowing a little bit here. So I'll think Newcastle at home can kind of keep it rolling. Tottenham Arsenal moneyline parlay. Again, another one that we talked about yesterday. Wolves losing Cunha. I never did actually find that tweet, but I need to go find it. Literally, Cunha's been everything to that team from an offensive standpoint. Tottenham's a little bit banged up. I listened to Ainge's press conference this morning. There's going to be no Udogie and no Pedro Porro in this game, but they're going to, attack aplenty. And Tottenham has actually scored in every single Premier League game this season, so you're getting goals from them. They're going to look to overcome or reverse the reverse fixture where Wolves stunned them in injury time, getting 2 goals. I like Tottenham here at White Hart Lane to go ahead and get the job done. Just really impressive, obviously, what they do each and every single week. Sheffield and Brighton, we've talked about that over yesterday as well. It's just a really, stats love it. Your eyes love it when you watch the games. And that's really what I like when I like an overs. I like when the stats also match what your eyeballs see on the TV. It should just be a cracking game right there at Sheffield. So we'll bet that one. And I'm going to go ahead and do this Man United money line at -125 over on FanDuel or DraftKings. United, you can talk shit about United and, maybe how bad they've been for, maybe the last few seasons. But quite frankly, when they go up against newly promoted teams, the last 14 times they've gone up against newly promoted teams, 13 wins and 1 draw. That to me shows you may be struggling the last few seasons, but that just shows the quality of the squad that still Man United has, that these newly promoted teams coming up from the championship can't touch the quality of a Man United squad. Obviously, they win the reverse fixture 1-0 at Old Trafford, but United's in a much better place since when they were back in December when they hooked up with Luton Town at Old Trafford. So I like there about it. They're better. Like I said, they've been better against newly promoted. And even this season, they've got 3 wins up against the newly promoted team. So look for United to go ahead and get the job done. And then we'll do another moneyline parlay over on Caesars, Leverkusen. We know them. They're the only team in the top 5 leagues that hasn't even gotten a loss this season across all competitions. Look for them to keep it going. Obviously, they're not involved in European competition yet, having gotten first place in the group stage. So focus. Keep getting 3 points and separating yourself from Bayern. Expect them to get the job done. And then Juventus, they're going against Verona. Verona is in 18th place. They're currently a relegated team in Serie A. Obviously, Juventus gets tripped up. That's fine, because you're going to get tripped up. We didn't bet them when they got tripped up. Now we're going to go ahead and get them on the bounce back. They are on the road, but they're taking on another team in a relegation. Look for Juventus to get back on the winning ways and to get Vlahovic back in the lineup. He missed their last game when they lost against Udinese. He's back in the lineup. We know guys generally won't start, but that's fine. I get Vlahovic coming off the bench for half an hour or 20 minutes if they need to back a goal. So I can't imagine them losing consecutive matches against relegated, threatened teams in Serie A. So look for Juventus to pick up the win and bounce back. So I'll do that money line parlay at plus 123 over on Caesars. What else you guys got, boys? I need to get my headphones on for when our guest calls. I can actually hear him or she. Can't give away who it is. You guys know who it is. Let me put these up. Let me put one up so I can still hear it. What do you got here, Tyler? What you got? What are you cooking, man? What are you cooking up? You guys doing the, these pro leagues need to sync up better. Footballers are. That's fair. That's a fair comment, right? Yeah, it's your time to get all the attention on you, and then you go in an all-star break. I never really thought about that, but it's a great comment. It is. Yeah. Because I got nothing else to focus on, you would think, yeah. But they get the break. What are y'all betting the All-Star? Y'all gonna who's winning 3-point? Who's winning slam dunk? You parlaying all these shit together? Let me know, boys. Yeah, I hear you. I never really thought about that. Never. And I tell you right now, there's also, and to your point, that's no mistake when the Daytona 500 NASCAR season ends, based on kind of what you're talking about, right? NASCAR is smart. Why are you gonna compete with the NFL? Just wait for the NFL to end, and then we'll pick up. I like it, and from a fan perspective, from my own perspective, I like it because then I do focus on that. It's like I just go from one Sunday viewing to another Sunday viewing, so I like it. Yeah, NASCAR. Yeah, exactly. NASCAR is not making that mistake. NASCAR is not making that mistake. Let's go ahead and throw up a Premier League free roll. We earned a free bet on Super Bowl Sunday. Unfortunately, our Super Bowl Sunday parlay didn't win, but we obviously scooped up a free bet. You guys know how we like to use that arbitrage money. We'll get what do we got here? We got Liverpool to win, but both teams to score. I do think Brentford's going to go ahead and be successful and get a goal at home, but I fully expect Liverpool, though, to go ahead and collect up the 3 points. So I'll do Liverpool money line, but with both teams to score. And you could even, if you want, on that same theory, do that same bet for Man United. Like if you don't like the minus 125 price and you'd rather get plus money, Luton should score. They've been great. We've talked about how great they've been at home. But I just thought at minus 125 for Man United, I was comfortable at minus 125, so I didn't do it. But the Liverpool, Brentford, Luton, Man United game should go about the way with the big sides winning, but probably both teams finding the back of the net. As you can see right there, I've also got the over 2.5 in Fulham and Villa. I've also got the over 2.5 in Forest and West Ham. And then City and Chelsea, give me a both teams to score. No. I'm going to go ahead and say that no, there won't be a both teams to score. And I know that's a little scary because, City's only had 6 clean sheets in the league, but they did pick up a clean sheet last time in the league against Everton. I mean, Copenhagen scores, but if Ederson doesn't, gift them a goal basically by really shitty, playing out of the back, Copenhagen's not going to score in that game. And then if you want to go back to the game before, when Brentford scored, I mean, I still kind of go back to like laughing about the commentators. They're even talking about it during the game. Like, did they practice that or did they just get really lucky? I think Brentford just got really lucky. You're still not getting great chances at the City goal. Obviously, Chelsea, better players than Everton, better players than Brentford. But I'm going to say both teams to score, and that also doesn't mean City's guaranteed to score, right? Go back and look at Pochettino when he was with Spurs about how those matchups have gone down. Obviously, the 4-4 reverse fixture would suggest that this leg of the parlay is like really crazy, but Chelsea's in a better place defensively. I think City's in a better place defensively with Rodri and all of them back. So I'll take a stab at both teams to score. No. Both teams to score, no. Round that out, you get 15-1 basically for a chance to add about 2.89 units to the bankroll on, I think all those matches are Saturday, if I had to take a guess. I think that's a Saturday-only parlay. Saturday-only parlay is what I think that is. So there we go. Let me ping the guy. We'll get him in here, and let's talk some shop, boys. Let's talk some shop. Talk some shop. And get what you guys are betting. Let's see. Come on, boys. Money-making weekend. Fired up. Looking forward to watching the games this weekend. That Chelsea City game. I look forward to it. I do want to know how you guys are betting. Like I said, we got about $4.22 in arbitrage, live number based on what we've already made this morning in arbitrage money. And then last night, we got that $17.77 free bet over on BetMGM. So certainly we'll be, betting some more. Just, haven't bet everything quite yet. No reason to rush and get it all in as quick as possible. So you got time, space it out. All right, boys, let me know what's going on, boys. Anything on the screen doesn't look like it's going to hit. What are we not feeling confident about? What are we not feeling confident about on this screen? At least my unit plays I like. You can always say the free roll is, you really like that leg? I mean, while I do, it's a free roll. Like, shit, live a little bit, have some fun. Damn. Just following the numbers. Worked out yesterday in Bucks Grizzlies. Got a good plus 510 cash. 1536 is what we're cashing on Saturday morning. Let's see it, boys. Let's see it. I've got an anytime goal scoring parlay I want to go ahead and hit you guys with. I'm going to go ahead. But the thing I just want to emphasize real quick is price shopping. I've got this anytime goal scoring parlay cooked up. 6-legger. DraftKings, it's 388 to 1. 388 to 1. So that means if you put $1 on it, obviously you're going to make 388. You build this same parlay over on FanDuel, it's 533. You're going to win an extra $150. On your $1, you're going to win an extra $150 on FanDuel. Make sure you guys are price shopping. Massive difference on this anytime goal scoring parlay when comparing FanDuel to DraftKings. Massive. $150 difference. $150 difference. Now, what are the 6 guys I've got on this sucker? Hoyland. I've got Hoyland. Poacher's goal last week against Villa. Starting to find his form. Really starting to find his form. Coming in here with 5 goals in the last handful of games. Again, a nice, good Poacher's goal. I think when you look at Luton and how they're going to try and defend and look at how they defended City at home. Look at how they defend Arsenal at home. You're not going to just come in from the wide areas with a tons of space. So I like Hoyland to pick up another Poacher's goal. All right, we've got him riling in, boys. Let's get him. Let's get these bets off the screen. My man, there he is, Matt. What's going on, Matt? Morning.
What is going on, Jason?
I've just, obviously you can tell from my energy, I've got a lot of energy on this great Friday, man. I'm feeling the Friday vibes, man.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Here in Indy, I mean, it's All-Star weekend, man. So it's definitely some Friday vibes. I don't know if there will ever be another All-Star weekend in Indianapolis. So
it's in your home. It's in Indianapolis. Are you going?
Yeah. I'm not going to the game, but I'm going to be downtown probably.
Nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow though today, so it's like not ideal weather.
No, I wonder. Not the snow. Shit, it's not snowing here in Chicago. Oh well, we're getting snow here today too. Shit, I didn't even know that. Yep. All right, well, stay inside, play some bets, and let's cash them, Matt. I want to. Obviously, we're going to talk Premier League, obviously, with you, Matt.
Yeah.
I want to hit you with a few questions, and then we'll kind of just talk our way through something. I want to know, what's your favorite money line of the weekend? 10 games. Who the hell are you putting the mortgage on this weekend? I don't care what the juice is. Just like, who's picking up a win this week in the Premier League?
That's the thing. That's why I wanted to come on. We've been on a heater, Jason, really. I mean, that's what I kind of said last week was I couldn't tell you on Arsenal whether to combine it with an over or an under. But I liked Arsenal money line. So, that was minus 180. This week, that's a good one.
I think you may have just said the team, but we'll see which team you come up with. But you may have just said them.
I tell you what. It's not going to be Arsenal. It's going to be the team that they played against. West Ham. I think that West Ham are in a bad place right now. I like Forest draw no bet in that matchup a lot at home. Can you talk me off that one?
No. And especially with Paquetá on the injured list and maybe a doubt for the game, he's going to move the needle for me. They don't have many creative players, him and Kudus, and he's obviously one of those guys. So no Paquetá. I could see Forrest keep it rolling and keep the pressure on Moyes for sure.
I think that there's a lot of good favorites really this week. I think that Everton will get the job done against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are just they're just too injury riddled. Now they got to go on the road to Goodison Park against a team in Everton that need this one really badly. And I think that the line is kind of showing that as well. Like, when do you see Everton around minus 150? I mean, it's pretty
Right.
rare. I think it shows that Palace are at a very weak point. No Eze, no Elise. Like, where's the creativity coming from? They're having some issues. Roy Hodgson now, sick. Got this new manager. Can you get the new manager bounce? I guess would be that's the only thing you could talk yourself into on a Crystal Palace here is can you get a managerial bounce with the new guy stepping in on such short notice? Man, that's a tough one.
Matt, I know you speak. Let's stay with that game for half a second. We've been talking about how this league, with all the rules, is progressively moving to an overs league. If I do look at the card, that to me is the one under because Palace is struggling with their frontline injuries. Can't really
Yeah.
expect them to score much. And Sean Dice, like that to me smells like the best under. If you agree with that, what's your best over? Maybe not a both teams to score and over, but like what's just the best over 2.5 of the entire weekend?
Well, I mean, over 2.5 you'd have to probably go with like a City Chelsea. I don't know, but that's going to be too heavily juiced.
That's fine. I don't care
Uh,
what the juice is. I'm just curious what your best over is. I don't. If
yeah, I
that's
mean, I
it, that's
think
it.
that City and Chelsea. I think that City Chelsea has goals in it. I think that a good bet there you can find it at plus 160 is City to win and both teams to score. I think that Chelsea can score. Um, they've got the firepower to do so. The problem is you're betting on what Chelsea is going to show up on that day. But I think that Chelsea have kind of turned a corner. Um, we talked about them on the last show, and we talked a little bit off air post about how we like Chelsea against Palace. And then they looked awful in the first half. Well, I went in and double dipped at plus 290 on the money line at halftime. So there's
Love
no
it.
way they can play this bad again. And yeah, I did a 2 unit, basically double chance at minus 140, maybe minus 145 on Chelsea, and then a 1 unit money line. So that was a really nice cash.
Yeah.
In terms of it ended up totaling to about four units in total when you look at the pregame too. So that was good. What are some other ones?
Chelsea, whatever lineup you see tomorrow against City will be the same lineup you see against Liverpool a week later in the EFL Cup. This seems like great EFL Cup final preparation. City, Liverpool, same kind of caliber-ish kind of team, obviously. I'm really looking forward to what lineup he puts out there. We were chatting on Monday during that Chelsea game. I was like, Maduke's awful. And then as soon as Nkunku came in, it's like that's what we needed. So I really want to see what lineup he's going to put out there this Saturday against City.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I wanted to get your thoughts a little bit on United. I mean, it looks like a great spot, but then when you think about, like we talked about it a few weeks ago, how this bet has cashed in every single Luton Town home match is Luton uh, plus two or plus 1.5. It's hard to kind of pair. You can find some books that will help you let you pair the plus two Asian line, but plus two or plus 1.5, and both teams to score in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's cash in like every single Luton except for, I guess, do they not cash against that Brighton in that Brighton match that we talked about? But United got the job done in the reverse leg, 1-0. We know that match was tough. Luton applies pressure, but then Luton had a complete flop in a favorite role last week. I said there's no way, and heck, I'm laying the minus 145 on Luton. You agreed. You're like, but I like the over, and that ended up coming in.
Yeah, that was one
three
of
to
our great
one.
hits, great plus money
Sheffield,
hit.
Sheffield bags 3 goals on their own. I mean, so what Luton are you going to get? That game is tricky and interesting. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I just talked about it, so it will be a little bit of repeat here. But I took a stab at the money line. I do think both teams to score will be able to hit, and I really leaned on United last 14 games against newly promoted side, 1 draw and 13 wins. So while they're struggling, the quality is just too strong in a Man United versus anything coming up from the championship. So expect them to get it done. Expect Luton to find the back of the net. I went with just the minus 125 on the money line, but I love the Man United money line and both teams to score. I expect that to fully hit.
Yeah. I think that it'll be interesting. Yeah, I think it'll be a close game, but I think that that one looks like 2-1 to United to me.
2-1 United. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Hoyland's obviously coming in a great form. That front three is coming in a great form. What's Matt? Maybe you don't think maybe it'll be an over, or maybe you do think it an over, and don't say City Chelsea because you've thrown that one out. What's just the game that you think will have both teams to score? Like the best game that has the best opportunity for both teams to find the back of the net?
Probably. Well, it's hard. We just talked about it. It's hard not to like both teams to score when it's hit in every single Luton Town home match, really, or like it's hit 95% of them. I also think that Newcastle and Bournemouth, but I want to check in on some injury stuff because Callum Wilson got injured. He's out for a couple months with a pec. I think he tore his pec, which is a very rare injury for a soccer player to have.
And that one's going to likely have both teams to score hit. I like Newcastle. You can see on the screen. I bet it, but
let me look. Just want to get some ESAC stuff. ESAC probably not ready for the weekend. Very close. Yeah, he's not going to go. So this is one. It's tough to go to Newcastle. We all know that. But man, it's hard not to like a little bit of Bournemouth, like +1. I would imagine is kind of what number you're getting here. Let me check here.
Bournemouth was one of the. We had. Let me have a second here. Pull them up here for a second. Oh yeah, that was the Fulham game, the 3-1 game. That was the game where you actually liked the over last week. That was the one that you were on the over. Fulham Bournemouth. That one hit easy.
Yeah, it did. It came in nice and easy. Let's see here. Yeah, you're going to have to go double chance, it looks like. Yeah.
Sure.
I like Bournemouth on the double chance. I like Bournemouth, +1.5 in a money line parlay type of thing. I think that Bournemouth will score. And I'm not sure that I think that you're betting on the team. I think it's always a good circumstance when you're betting on a team in this league and you've got the team with a little bit more firepower, because it's not to say that Newcastle don't have that, but they don't have that this weekend. I mean, you're going to be starting like Miggy Almiron or like Gordon in the 9, and that's something that I can pick on when I have an in-form Solanke, who would be the best goal scorer in this game is Solanke. You have that on your side with Bournemouth, and you're catching, a half a goal head start.
Mm-hmm. And remember, each of Newcastle's last 6 games have seen both teams to score. So that's going to be a great parlay leg of Newcastle and Bournemouth, both teams to score. You want to do both teams to score over 2.5? What does that even pay?
Yeah, it's going to pay pretty good.
Yeah. Minus 145.
Really?
It's what we're saying. Both teams are finding the back of the net. All right, Matt, let me hit you with a little rapid fire. I'll throw off the game. You tell me who's winning, and is it going over or under, and I'll do the same after you. Your squad kicks off the entire weekend. You've got that dreaded 12:30 slot that these managers hate, and the guys are still waking up and picking the cobwebs out of their eyes. What's Liverpool going to do here? Are we going over or under?
We're going, and this is going to be an official bet for me. We're going to go Liverpool and under 4.5 goals in this one. You can get that around even money. 12:30 kickoff. I think it's going to stay a little bit tight. You look at the last 4 head-to-heads. I've all seen under 4.5 goals. Liverpool have won 3 out of the 4. It's a tough game. This is not going to be an easy one by any means. Give me Liverpool and under 4.5 goals. Also looking at Jota to score, or maybe we'll look at the Jota to score or assist market. The guy's on fire. But yeah, there is, I guess, a little concern of maybe Darwin would check in around minute 60 on that. But I mean, Jota is in fun.
In that full training for Salah, and he's obviously back in contention. But with the reports that maybe they rushed Trent back in a little bit too soon, with it being a muscular injury, can't remember if it was a thigh or a hammy for Salah, but I'm expecting him to come off the bench. I don't know if they throw him back in it with the EFL Cup, obviously next weekend, the final. I'm expecting Salah to possibly come off the bench, but I'd be a little
I
cautious
would love,
throwing him in a parlay.
yeah, when you're betting Liverpool here, like you can expect if Salah's in the starting lineup, the line will move. He's worth 10,
Mm-hmm.
20, or maybe even 30 cents to a line. He's top player in this league, one of them behind KDB, really. And so, yeah, give me Liverpool and under 4.5 goals around even money.
All right, give me Liverpool and the over 2.5 hit in that game. Forest and West Ham, winner and over or under?
I like Forest in the draw no bet market, and a lot of Forest games have seen both teams to score in them. No opinion. Honestly, that's when I have no opinion on a total. Just give me the home team.
If
Give
you're
me
at
the
home
home
team.
team.
I
It's tough because West Ham's scoring ability right now is so limited, but we know that Forest have been in a lot of scoring matchups recently in the both teams score markets. So it's really tough. So that's why I would just rather just trust Forest here. I think that Forest avoid defeat here. All you have to do is limit Kudus.
right.
Doubling, always know where Kudus is, and you can have a chance to kind of dominate this team.
I'll take the draw and I'll take the under. I'll take the draw and the under. Newcastle Bournemouth. Obviously, I'm on Newcastle money line, and obviously, I like the over as well.
Yeah.
Fulham Villa. I like the over, and I like. Oh, man, that's a tough one.
One real quick thing too. It looks like Antonio might be ready to go, so that would be interesting. That's what I would wait on that. I would completely. I think that's a lineup check. West Ham Forest. If you do get Antonio and then you can get Bowen back on a wing and Kuda, like that's what's going to free up those players. Then I'd be looking both teams to score an over 2.5 probably because Forest they've been in these high scoring matchups. So that's a good lineup checker. Really something to pay attention to.
I mean, he hasn't played in months. No way he goes right in that lineup. He hasn't
Yeah,
played in
so
months.
then you could even pivot like a first half Forest in the draw no bet market.
Yeah, and then man, I couldn't imagine. And then that would give you more second half goals if he can come off the bench, in 60 or
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got in Fulham and Villa?
It's hard not to like goals in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, really
it's
hard
hard
not
not to
to.
like goals in it because I believe in Fulham and the thing is it's Fulham at home. I don't really want to be back in Fulham in any way on the road, especially, to score, but I think that they get up at the Cottage. They have over the last year. We know that over the last two seasons, there have been a lot of overs that have come in with this team. And then you get a good away side that needs to prove themselves again after their bad last road performance. Remember when they got dusted by Newcastle? Um, so yeah, Villa haven't looked great over the last couple of weeks, losing to Chelsea in the cup, whatever. But yeah, just I don't want to pick a side here, but I think that this is a correct shading of a minus 150 on an over 2.5. Give me the over.
Yeah, I like the over. I've got that in a parlay as well. Big favorites here. Tottenham minus 175 taking on Wolves at home. No Cunha, and he's
Mm-hmm.
everything for their attacking side. Like, got all the most of everything he's done. Most dribbles in the box, most shots on target in the box, like everything. He's been the guy for them leading that line all season long. But it's Tottenham, right? So you got no Doggy, you've got no Pedro Porro. It's probably a both teams to score. It's probably an over, but I do like Tottenham to get this win.
Yeah, I think yeah, Tottenham win and over 1.5. Tottenham win and both teams to score. I still think that Wolves have enough firepower in this one because I just don't trust Spurs defensively. But I think that this Cunha injury is going to be big. It looks like Juan is past fit, so
He's back. Yep.
if he can step in and Cunha steps out, then that's not that big of a drop off, really. Uh, in some ways, it can be a bonus. Some ways, because Cunha is such a great ball carrier on the counterattacks. He's really strong, fit. Not fit right now, but you know what I mean. He is good on the counters, and that's what they'll need here. I think that Tottenham probably win this one pretty comfortably. I like your Tottenham and Arsenal money line parlay at plus 103. That one's gonna make my card. I think that's a great tail.
Nice. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Well, the next game is Burnley Arsenal. We both like Arsenal in the over. Yeah.
Arsenal in the over. I think that Burnley can score, but yeah, I think Arsenal wins this one. 3-1 pretty comfortably.
Best game of the weekend's at the Etihad, City and Chelsea. I like City to get the win. You know what's interesting, and this is we know Grealish picked up the injury, Bernardo picked up the injury. Guardiola says Silva has a chance, Grealish no shot in hell. For this one, I just went and looked up odds. The second best odds for a goal scorer is actually Oscar Bob. Like the books think Oscar Bob is coming into this lineup. Like we're not getting. I think Alvarez is going to come off the bench before Oscar Bob, and you put Alvarez in the middle, then you kick Foden back out on the wing, or something like that. Doku is going to come in for Grealish. I'm shocked to see Oscar Bob having the second greatest odds to be a goal scorer in this matchup. Obviously, he's behind Erling Haaland for the best odds to be the goal scorer. It's obviously hard not to like City to keep, picking up 3 points. You do got Chelsea with the eyes on a final a week later. That is going to be on, obviously, these players' minds. They're getting ready for a final, as it should. So I like City. I'm actually taking the under here, Matt. I'm actually liking the under maybe.
Okay.
2-0 City.
What about here's my thing is like the player that is just he comes back and he's immediately the best player. He's the best player in the world right now.
KDB,
no question
baby.
about
He's
it.
talking about KDB, baby.
He's the best player. He's the best player in the world right now. I don't want to hear about any other player other than KDB. And you're giving me plus 290 on a player like that to score. He just scored in the Champions League. That's a big price, Jason. And then you look at the 2 score or assist market at minus 165.
Ooh, that's
I think that has to be included in some way, shape, or form. So, player.
Yeah. Minus 165 to score or assist. And that got. Oh man, don't bring that brings up a little bit of struggle with me. DraftKings didn't want to pay me out on Tuesday for De Bruyne getting an assist and a parlay. Eventually paid me out, but that was a lot of back and forth, unnecessary back and forth, if I might say, with those bastards.
Yeah, that's. So minus 165 on KDB to do something against his old club too, in Chelsea. I don't know. It just that's got to be hit. He's too good. He's in too good a form. He has too many good players around him. Grealish hasn't even been starting very much in the league. They gave him a start in the Champions League against freaking Minnow, so they're not going to miss a beat with him. I don't know. There's KDB. He was playing really high up the pitch against Copenhagen. He won't play that high against Chelsea, but my gosh, he was like a secondary striker in that they were playing like a 2 in the front, Haaland on the left, KDB on the right, when they were pressing up high, and he bags one. He's got to be something that makes your card this week.
I passed that into the goal. Absolutely beautiful. All right, I think this, Matt, is possibly the best over. Obviously, it's the only over that made my card. Sheffield and Brighton. Sheffield and Brighton is the best over. I could really care less about picking a winner. Brighton's got better players. I don't really give a shit, though, who's winning this game. This one's just going absolutely over.
Yeah, this is one. These are 2 teams I just don't have a great read on right now. So that's one of the. I love doing the shows with you. I love hopping on, and because you see something like I really have no feel for this game at all. Brighton have been a little weird in recent weeks. Is Matomo back?
Yeah, he was in the last game. He played last game. He wasn't sharp. It was his first game, but expect him to be sharper. But yeah, he's back.
But yeah, Sheffield have been going for it. So I kind of like you. You've had a good read on them. So yeah, I think that's kind of the reason that you like the overs. Really, is more Sheffield too. Yeah,
83% here this recent stretch has gone over 2.5 in their matches. So you start getting into percentages where like 83% of something is happening. I'm going to bet those kind of percentages and live with the result. So
yep.
Yeah, I like the over. And then Luton United. I think we've both kind of talked about that one. And then Everton Palace. All right, Matt. I need you to help me cook up an anytime goal scoring parlay. Then we'll pull the plug here on the show. I've got 6 players. You tell me if I should leave them in or swap them out for somebody else. And
Love it.
that's just fine with me. I got Hoyland in there. Am I swapping him out or keeping Hoyland in there?
You're keeping them in there.
Nice. Luis Diaz. I've got him in here.
No,
Okay.
swapping him out.
With somebody else on Liverpool or just no Liverpool player?
I think it's Jota. Jota is so clinical. I think it has to be Jota. Jota goes in it for me.
Okay. I'll swap him out right here. Swap him out. All right. I did Son.
Yeah, yeah. I'm fine. I'd say keep him in, but I think
Saka.
that game, yeah, yeah.
Saka.
God, Saka and Son are tough. Uh, yeah, I think that. I mean, this has got to be a pretty good Saka game. I mean, who else is going to bag him?
Charleston. I mean, he's hot, but yeah. I mean, one guy's minus 105, one guy's minus 120. I went for Son because he's going to be on pens.
Yeah.
Was the decider for me. He's going to take the penalties. I went Leon
Yeah.
Bailey, which is more of a gut. I kind of went Leon Bailey. I love him coming in and cutting in on that left, man.
Yeah. I'll say swap out.
Right, right, okay. And then you like Anthony Gordon? He's got to be the guy. It's got to be Anthony Gordon.
No. So like this is where I like a big price on like KDB plus 290. Give me like Jota and give me Hoyland. That's something that I could definitely get behind. I think that those three, that's a nice price.
All right, I
When
knew
you're looking
6
at
was
those.
too many. I knew a six-legged parlay
Yeah.
wasn't going to hit, so dial it back a little bit, fellas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're no
I
fun, Matt.
agree.
My parlay just went from 533 to 1 to 45 to 1. No fun, Matt. All right, I'll give out the 45 to 1 parlay, but I'm adding those 2 goddamn players back in. I'm hitting the 530 to 1 parlay on myself.
Let's see. I mean, dude, these are good prices. Like, look at this. I mean, this is KDB, Hoyland, and Jota, 26 to 1. I mean, that's solid for a 3-legger. Plus 160 for Hoyland, plus 170 for Jota, plus 290 for KDB. You could round robin those. You hit 2 out of 3, you profit.
I love not putting Hoyland or not Hoyland. I love not putting Holland in there. I don't know. Watching that game against Copenhagen, I know he got the brace against Everton, but you can't pay me to bet on him based on what his number is. He's not getting the service that he was last year.
No.
I don't know anything
The only
about
time
that
you
guy.
can. There's some games where, when they're on the road, if they're playing somebody good and he's at like even money, that it's hard not to get behind that kind of price with him. But these juiced up numbers, yeah, not really for me. Yeah, they've got Awani as the leader in the Forest West Ham game. I tell you what, there would be one Solanke
Oh yeah, Wani. He's bagging
plus
the goal.
180. Who's going to score the goals for Everton? Like somebody's got to. But you kind of like how that game could be low scoring. Plus 170 on Lewin.
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah,
obviously, when I like an under, I don't do a goal scorer.
give me my 26 to 1 shot. KDB, Hoyland, Jota.
All right, so I'm making 3 parlays. One yours, the 44 to 1, and then the 533 absolute lottery ticket. Just got to put $5 or some
Yeah,
shit on
a
it.
couple of bucks on it.
All right, KDB, Hoyland, and who? Oh, Jota. All right, Matt. Anything else you looking forward to? Weekend 25 here at the Premier League. Anything else for this weekend? Games? Anything else you want to fire out? You giving out one pet? Liverpool and the under 4.5. You bet anything else you want to share?
Give me Tyrese Halliburton for the 3-point competition at home. He's I think he's second or third favorite. He's like plus 450. I think he can do this. I think he looked pretty good last year in this competition. This is his second time around at home. I don't know. Give me Tyrese.
You don't. What's the female who's competing in it? Does she have good odds to like win it, or
So
is
she's like not. She's not in the main one. She's like doing a separate one with Steph. And I was looking at it. I couldn't believe. Like Steph is weirdly, he's only like minus 250, and the girl is plus 200. So how that makes any sense to me? It makes me want to bet the girl, because how is Steph Curry not minus 1,000? Like on not to say that just because she's a girl, but like against anybody. I mean, he's the greatest shooter ever. If you give me Steph Curry head to head against anybody in the NBA, I would say his price should be better than, minus 200, minus 250. So that line is really fishy and funky. I don't get it, but yeah. So yeah.
I mean,
So
Steph
Steph,
defending. Yeah, that's right.
Steph isn't in the 3-point competition this year, like the main. So yeah, I mean, I would be betting Steph if he was.
All right, so we're putting Halliburton to win it. Hey, who's winning the dunk contest? Oh, I'll get you out of here. I'm building a parlay, Matt.
That is a good one. Let me check the odds. That is something that I really haven't.
Oh, All-Star Weekend. Here we go. Halliburton plus 500. Okay. Wow, nice.
Where is that at?
DraftKings plus 500 to win the 3-pointers. I almost got to do Malik Beasley. He cashed a great parlay for me last night. I'm seeing he's in the competition. I didn't even know that. He cashed.
Where are you seeing? What do you see on the prices for there?
Under basketball, they've got a category All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at FanDuel right now. I'm not seeing the. Well, what do you have on the prices? I guess right now, just in front of you, on the slam dunk.
Oh, slam dunk. Let me.
I don't have it.
They have a tab for every other contest, but actually not slam dunk. Yeah, I don't actually see it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out yet. I kind of like, just because I know his brother. I mean, I kind of like Obi Toppin's younger brother. He's doing it. He's in the G League.
Huh.
I mean, just kind of, if you're looking at it, if he has the same genetics as his brother, holy shit. I mean, this guy's going to have some bounce. And he's probably maybe the underdog in it. Or he's not going to be the favorite. Jaylen Brown's probably going to be a big favorite in that. Give me Toppin.
All right, well, I'll keep that Toppin. All right, I'll have to remember that Toppin. Okay, sweet. All right, Matt. There it is. Right. There it is, boys. Matt's giving you his opinion. He's telling you all the winners this week in the Premier League. Lock in those parlays, fellas. No parlay is too big. They'll cash. Have no fear. All right, Matt. Appreciate you jumping on here with us, and enjoy that weekend. Everybody else, enjoy your weekend. 3-day weekend, President's Day weekend. Likely be back with you guys on Tuesday. Have a good one, fellas.
Yep, you too, Jason.